Hello, hello, and welcome to my channel. This is Elise here of Plan with Elise, and today we are planning in my Moxie Life vertical planner for the week of June 30th through July 6th. I'm starting with some red and white striped washi here because I'll explain that in a minute, but I just want to cover up this spot here with this washi because I was sort of like looking at the stickers that I wanted to use and I felt like I needed something up here. So I have Summer Florals here by Calavaplan, and it's no surprise that for this week I want to use these patriotic stickers. So I used these a couple of years ago in my planner and actually made a pretty big mistake. I put one of them, I turned them upside down to be up at the top of the page, but I didn't realize that the flags ended up being upside down. So I actually fixed it on the video by cutting out the flags and turning them around. But this time I didn't want to have to do that. So I didn't mean to put that all down. I wanted to be able to cover up some of the lines. I don't think this is going to let me. That's fine. I can survive with those lines. So this time I didn't want to have to do that. So I just had to find a way to like kind of cover up those little top sections, and we did. So now this time, I guess I should cover up the lines because I'm remembering to. I know that this doesn't go all the way. The dimensions are a little bit different with the Moxie Life Planner, but it's not something that's going to like impact my life by not having these um, fully matching in that way. And I think that's just one of those lessons maybe to give yourself when it comes to your planner is like, how much time do you actually want to spend perfecting things, or are they okay as is? And I'm an okay as is person when it comes to my planner. At work, like my full-time job, I'm not an okay as is person. I'm kind of a perfectionist, and there are definitely a lot of areas that I'm a perfectionist, but with my planner, I don't know. I think I lighten things up a little bit. Now I have my Planner Kate weekday headers, and I think that these would be pretty here just to kind of dress this all up a little bit. The blue is a little different, but that's okay. I don't think that I have a better blue match in the Planner Kate stickers. Let me just glance and see, maybe I'm wrong. But Planner Kate has a pretty specific color scheme. So I would assume that these are the blues throughout. Yeah, that's okay. I don't think it takes away from it. Thursday. And then Friday, day off. I think I mentioned this in another video. It may be one you haven't seen yet, but it's nice with 4th of July being on a Friday because last year 4th of July was on a Thursday, and I like stopped watching fireworks because I was like, I have to go to bed. I have work at 8 o'clock in the morning. So it's nice that it's a Friday now because it kind of forces a long weekend, which I really like. Then I wanted to take a weekend banner here. We're going to do blue. Now that I have my Planner Kate stickers organized into these binders, I feel like, or albums, I guess, I'm using them more because they're in a nice, like organized fashion, and I really like that. All right, I need more of these, but I want to get to more of the planning as well. So we're going to take a payday sticker and pop it in right over here. And then let's maybe pause on these and come back to Summer Florals. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 heading boxes in these. I actually think that 4 is going to be enough for what I need here. So let's take one here And I'm just going to kind of alternate the placement of these. So that they're not all next to each other. 3 and 4. Because these are going to be for my checklists for the week. So I actually have a gray also. These are my dot markers. I think we'll just continue here. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Same with the, let's do the blue first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the goal here is getting function in first. I like having to-dos every day that I'm home. The gray is a little bit light. 4, 5, 6, 7. But it's still visible. All right, so now we've got those in. Now I want to take a sidebar sticker. So let's use that. And I need to cut it a little bit. It's a little long for this space. Again, these aren't sized for a Moxie Life planner. These are sized for the Keller Plan Planner, which has similar dimensions to a Happy Planner vertical. But I mean, you've watched these videos all year, maybe, hopefully. There's not a lot of sticker surgery that I really have to do here. So that was so easy. And now I just want a this week header. This week, let's do it in blue. And pop it in right here at the top. And then I can come back with my blue bullet points. And this is where I'll put like priorities for the week. All right, looking good. We also have summer icons. I'm not ready for summer icons yet. I will be soon, but now I want to come back to the florals and add in some functional boxes. So we're gonna do, let's do a blue box over here. Let's do a red here. And then I want to do a blue one up here, but again, I'm going to have to cut the sticker. So I just sort of eyeballed it. I feel like at this point, I kind of know sticker sizing. There we go. Perfect. And then let's do a gray as well. Although actually I should have really switched those up, right? And in that case, I may not have needed to cut it, but okay, a little rip, but it's gonna get covered up anyway. And then we have this gray here. All right, next up, I don't remember if either of these sticker books have quotes. I don't think so, because I think that when Heather came out with seasonal quotes, or seasonal basics, I guess, those had the quotes in them, right? Like this is seasonal basics. So there should be summer ones in here. I don't remember. Here we go. Happy 4th of July. We can use that on the right side. So let's do something short, like over here, maybe. I'm going to take Happy 4th of July out since I want to use it anyway. Just have to remember to use it. And then how about if it only could always be summer? That's cute. All right, that one's good there. Now, I'll put that back. I'm trying to get into the habit of like putting stickers back after I use them. I'm gonna come back to these because I need a trash day sticker. So let's do maybe a red one here. And that's really the only like housework type thing I'm going to have this week because we're going to be down the shore the rest of the week and there won't be recycling pickup on 4th of July. Let's just do this right here now. There won't be recycling pickup that day, and then we won't be home for the trash pickup that's on Saturday because I have trash pickup twice a week. So that's going to be the one. All right, we still have to get to the bottom part, but I want to just take a look real quick at summer icons and see what our 4th of July ones are here. These are cute. These may be better for me for memory keeping this week because this has kind of been a functional spread, and I don't know that I really have room or a need for anything else. So what I wanted to do on this side of the page, because it won't be home, is use some of these larger, unless I already used them. I did use them. Why did I use them? I was gonna say use these larger hexagons to fill in that side. Okay, we have some reds though, as long as I haven't used these. Perfect, this works. So let's take out some of these big red hexagons. I'm gonna take 2 of these, and then we're gonna come back to these blues. So I'm gonna start with blue since we have red over here. I actually don't know that I'm gonna need many of them because these are pretty big. We're gonna do a blue. Let's do a red. I'm not worried about the line through it. Once I write in it, it will be covered. We're gonna do this blue here, but I need to pull up the weekend sticker because that will layer over it now. Planarcade stickers, I'm never worried about ripping when I pull them up. All right, that's cute. And then I guess that's all we need. So we didn't even need that extra one. I really only needed 3. That looks cute. I keep saying cute. It's probably annoying. So now let's come back to summer florals and maybe add in something right over here. What are my choices? Let's do this one. I'm gonna put this here. I'm gonna cover up this line. And then we're gonna put this right over here. Just grab my knife to trim this extra space. And I could trim here, I don't really have to, but whoops, well, if I'm going to, I'm gonna do it right. And then the tweezers are gonna be your best friend here, just to pop up that part. Okay, well, it still didn't work, but it's fine. Okay, now for the bottom boxes. I've been kind of going back and forth about what I want to do on the bottom boxes. Normally I put boxes there to note my meals for the day, but I feel like being away, well, I'm not away the first half of the week, so I guess we can use those. So pulling out summer boxes, I don't think that I have the sizes I need. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, this will work fine. The colors are a little different. Let's do, before we do that, getting all these ideas as I go. This is a Saturday morning video, and if you've been around for a bit, you may know the routines of my videos. Saturday morning videos tend to be my favorite videos to film because I'm not on a time crunch. I don't want to really say I'm not in a rush because lately I've really been trying to be more mindful of the time that I have and whether I can film a video that's enjoyable and relaxing to watch. I've listened to your feedback, and I one of the best comments I've ever received on my channel about feedback regarding feedback was that, you know, you sit down to watch a video to enjoy it and maybe learn something and relax. And when I'm feeling stressed and I'm feeling rushed, that comes out on camera and it doesn't become a relaxing activity for you. So it is something that I've really been trying to work on. And I appreciate your support as I've navigated some big life changes in this last year. And I think that those changes did impact my videos a little bit. So I have heard you on being more mindful, but Saturday mornings, especially a morning like this, I'm in good shape. So we do have the space down here. I don't really feel like any of these fit. So I'm actually thinking of maybe using some alphabet letters. But if I do that, I want to cover these. So I want to clean off my pen a little bit more here. I'm also really happy this morning because this is the last video that I have to film for the month of June. I know that when you're watching this, you're probably like, well, yeah, duh, it's the end of June. Not when I'm filming it. Today is actually Flag Day, which is kind of funny and appropriate for these. I am 2 weeks ahead of my content, almost. There's actually some product that I'm waiting on. So it's the last video that I'm able to film for June, aside from product that I'm waiting on. But that feels really good to me because I feel like I'm back on schedule after so many trips and everything. So I feel like I want to put something in here. I don't know if these are the ones I want to use though, because these are little. What about Dated Basics? Not Dated Basics, it's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for Alpha Basics, Volume 2. Kellogg Plan's Alpha Basics sticker books are my must-have. So we already put Happy 4th of July. So what could we put over here? The first thing that comes to mind is Land of the Free, Home of the Brave. I don't feel that way right now about the US. But I think I'm just going to go with something basic to describe my weekend. So we're just going to write Shore Weekend, or we're going to sticker. I do that every time. I always say right. But Shore Weekend, because we will be down at the Jersey Shore. I hope the weather's nice. When we were down there for Memorial Day weekend, it was so cold and rainy, I never even made it over to the beach. And I really want a nice weekend for 4th of July. I have also have like a little bit of an announcement. I'll probably talk about this more in my July goals video, but my boss and I have finally come to a decision about my schedule and what, you know, my hours are going to look like. So in January, we started talking about the idea of me shifting to a reduced hours schedule. I'm not really calling it part-time because this is actually just going to be off on Fridays. So it's a 4-day week. Still part-time, but not like fully part-time. So we had talked about it, and then things got put on hold a little bit because of everything happening with the tariffs. So we hadn't really made a game plan. And then he had asked that when I come back from Go Wild in May, that I come up with a decision. And I came back from Go Wild feeling very rejuvenated and inspired by this business I've built, and told him that I was ready to prepare to transition. And then life got really busy again. Work got really busy again. He had a trip. We've had a massive project that we've been working on. And so it just felt like there was no coming up for air, and it wasn't the right time to not even make the transition, but just to be able to sit down and have the conversation. So now we have had that conversation. There is a game plan, and I'm really excited for it. We'll talk about it in my July goals video because that's going to be a big part of it. But I think we're finished with this spread. I'm really happy with how it looks, and I think that it's going to be functional where I need it to. And then this is just where I'll write down, you know, what we do. And then I have, of course, my habits. These are Planner Kate custom stickers. This is Happy Place Planning font. I really love her handwriting. So can use code Elise10 at Planner, Elise20, sorry, code Elise20 at Plannercade for everything except for customs. Those are full price because they take time because they have to be custom made for each person. But everything else you can use the discount code for. And then if you haven't picked up the Calva Plan Summer Icons and Summer Florals, I'll link those in the description. Even if it's a little bit too late to get them for this week, you could use them for memory keeping, you could use them for next summer. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your support. I hope you enjoyed. If you are not subscribed to my channel, click that subscribe button. My goal is to reach 20,000 subscribers by my birthday, which is July 14th. We're very close to my birthday, but we're also very close to the subscriber count, and you can help me get there. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time.